So last Friday night was day one of Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival in Houston, Texas. For those of you who don't know, Travis is known for having crazy shows. He's a very high energy individual. I've actually been to one of his shows before, and it was crazy. Since the beginning of his career, he's kind of had this rock star mentality and encouraged his fans to rage at his shows. Well, since he's gotten more popular, his fan base has grown and they've become kind of cult like.
A little?
Yeah, a lot cult like. Travis is very popular, bro. His collabs always sell out. He had that like McDonald's meal, you remember that, and all his fans were waiting in line for a regular ass quarter pounder. But on Friday his show was crazier than usual. Once he came on, the fans started to rush towards the stage. They began trampling people. The crowd became so rowdy to the point where people couldn't move. One person attending the festival described how it was in the mosh pit. 20-year-old TK Tellez said the crowd became tighter and tighter, and at that point it was hard to breathe. When Travis came out performing his first song, I witnessed people passing out next to me. We were all screaming for help and no one helped or heard us. It was horrifying. People were screaming for their lives and they couldn't get out. Nobody could move a muscle. And so people started passing out. A lot of people were injured. There was a lot of crazy stuff happening. Supposedly there was a guy who was coming around injecting people with drugs, which is insane. But what's really shocking about the situation is Travis continued the show. The show didn't stop. Even his fans pleaded for him to stop the show. They were screaming at the people on stage, the camera people, to stop the show, trying to get people to help. An actual ambulance was in the mosh pit. An ambulance was in the middle of the crowd in the show. And Travis noticed the ambulance, said, "What's that?" and continued the show. There's videos of Travis looking directly at bodies getting lifted out of the crowd by paramedics. And he didn't stop the show. Nothing stopped the show. The concert left 8 people dead and 300 plus people injured. This is obviously a sad situation. Travis Scott put out a statement, and eventually he actually made an apology.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on.
Oh my God, Justice.
Bro,
I need you to cope with me. I've been through 50 episodes, 4 co-hosts, and I don't know how to continue to live.
Bro, I think maybe because
that sounded more like I was relieving myself than it was
honestly,
anything.
chill out on
Please
that.
don't do that.
It was still better than what Travis just did.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't know if it was the way he was touching his face or how he said it. It seemed so disingenuous, bro. Like, it seemed like he just woke up.
I think it was both.
Yeah, it was probably both. Like, it seemed like he just woke up, kept like touching his face. Like, it was very.
I can't believe
Wasn't
this
it?
happened.
Yeah, bro. Like, it seemed like he didn't even care.
I feel like imagine how much fear you must be filled in when you're in the crowd, like his fans, bro. There was a video of this girl on TikTok, and she was telling how like she really thought that she was gonna die. Like she texted her mom and was like, "Hey, if I don't come home, I love you." Like, that's how people were feeling at this moment.
Yeah. Before we get into the videos, 2 lawsuits have already been filed against Travis and Live Nation. one for like I think like up to $1 million, and I'm sure more lawsuits are to come, especially since 8 people passed. But yeah, all over Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, there's been videos coming out of how it was in the crowd, fights. I heard a story that like a paramedic came to do CPR on someone and they didn't know how to do CPR, which I'm pretty sure is a requirement to be a paramedic.
If you saw on Kylie's story, she was still posting up the concert with the paramedics in the
crowd.
In the audience, bro. First of all, if you're doing a show and you see an ambulance
maybe stop
in the crowd, you know, maybe take an intermission, maybe, Travis.
Maybe, you know, a little pause.
Bro, I think what's really scary is just the videos of like Travis looking at like there's a video of him looking directly at like a body being carried out, which I understand people pass out at concerts all the time. I get it.
But when things started to like the uproar started to like continue and become more wild, that should have been like a relax.
There's a video of a person like telling the cameraman stop the show.
Yeah, they climbed up on the thing. Yeah,
and then Travis said, "Who told me to stop?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's plenty of videos out. Some of people like you can hear Travis perform. You can see Travis performing, then people are yelling, "Stop, stop, stop!" Like, "I'm hurt, please help me." And then there's like a lot of videos. People were saying this was like a ritual of some sort.
Yes. I saw that on like online.
There was a lot of like demonic things going on, like the fire show that they had, and like we made the joke. Justice and I made the joke about when Lil Nas X put out Montero, and we said that was demonic. But this, I think, not only because people actually died in this, and this actually affected people's lives, but this, I think, was a true representation of some demonic ritual or like
a sacrificial act.
Yeah, like a sacrificial. I think there had to be some nuance. There may be some nuance to it.
I think, or not that I think, but I read a lot of people online saying that, you know, Travis is like using his fame to like whatever, and like his fans being the way that they are is a result of whatever other background things are going on with his life, and like how that demonic whatever the hell you're talking about like plays into like him in the background, and how that comes out in his crowds, and like
I think that's a reach a little bit.
It might be, but it makes sense considering the fact that 8 people died.
I think it's just
not 8 is like a number.
I think it's just, first of all, people were talking about who should be held responsible. Travis for sure. Travis should have stopped the show. Obviously, the show wasn't as organized as most shows. Team. Like I said, I've been to a couple shows. I've been to a Travis show. There's been festivals all the time. Go Ball just happened. Rolling Loud just happened. People don't usually die at festivals like this.
It's Travis Scott's fans that I feel like are part of the issue.
That's another thing. Travis Scott. There's something about Travis Scott fans, and you know I will say Travis does egg them on. He's had a history of making sure his fans rage like the most. Like he's been cheering like. There's been concerts where like cops have tried to tell them to push back, and Travis is like egg the fans on, like no, push the cops, get closer. So he's kind of like, I think he's been arrested for inciting a riot before.
Yeah.
Travis needs to take some accountability, but his fans need to relax.
I think this entire festival and the aftermath of it are a great representation of how tone deaf people really are.
Yeah.
Celebrities, because Kylie didn't even realize, or maybe just ignored the fact that there was an ambulance. Travis, because he continued, but then stopped the show for a shoe. Was that was the same show, or was that?
No, that was a different show.
That was okay. Still, was willing to do that, but wouldn't do it for people dying or even just people hurt.
Yeah, and look, I'm not going to defend Travis, but a loud show like that, there is a possibility that he may have not heard any of this.
But he could see it.
There's also a possibility fans pass out all the time. At shows.
Mm-hmm. So,
like I said, I'm not defending Travis, but I do think he should be held responsible, and I think his fans need to get a grip. There's certain situations where people kind of like forget to act like
humans.
Yeah, like humans. Like if you see someone on the ground, you're just gonna trample over.
Put your ego to the side.
Yes.
Put your celebrity, put your fame, put all that to the side. Cause
if it's a mosh pit, you see someone struggling, not breathing, getting trampled, help.
It's the fact that the youngest person who was like killed in this accident was
14 years old.
Like imagine that's like their first concert.
Okay. First of all,
there shouldn't even been kids. There were like toddlers on people's shoulders.
Yes. You should not bring your kid to a festival, in my opinion. Do what you want, but things like this happen.